Hello, I'm Citrus, and you're looking at the perfect grade RX-78-2 Gundam. A few weeks ago, I unboxed the perfect grade Mark II, and from the comments and messages I've received from you guys, it seems like a lot of you really want to see a proper, thorough review of the finished Mark II. And by all means, I will get to that, but for the sake of my own experience and enjoyment, I really wanted to experience the evolution of Gunpla throughout time. This is coming from 1998 and up until the Unicorn last year would have been basically 17 years of Gundam history. And I wanted to sort of give myself a recap through the pinnacle of Gunpla, which would be the perfect grade line. And what that means is before I get to the Mark II, I really need to start with the first one. So this is a bit selfish of me, of course, but I think this review will also be quite enlightening and educational. So here we go. All right, getting the box off here. It's one of those old style boxes. It doesn't really have much photos or artwork on it, but you see lots of stats and stuff. And it's the same stuff on the back. That's all the contents inside. And more or less the same. Moving in, we have the pre-molded parts. These will be going in for the hips and shoulders, and this is basically what our current real grade advanced movable joints are made. Some nice chrome pistons that will no doubt be in the limbs and some landing gear for the core fighter. Pretty big beam sabers there. Some nice detail on the core block parts there. Armor parts. Lots of separation, not too many panel lines. Big shield. Beam sabers. And this looks like parts for the backpack. And the blue. Very nice, rich color. A lot darker than what I'm used to seeing on RX-78. Alright, so that's the first third. The middle. So this is actually an entire box, and I think the purpose of this is for you to put the finished kit inside after you're done. Pretty nice. Get your manuals here. This is the instruction manual, which has more information about the suit itself inside. The core fighter looks very good. Obviously the core block isn't colored, so you have to paint it on your own to make it look like that, but that just really shows off how much molded detail there is. I don't think I'll have the time to be able to do this for mine, but glad to see the potential. So, taking this quick look around, it looks like there are lots of screws and things, which old school Gunpla fans will really appreciate. And then here's the construction manual, which contains all of the steps for actually putting it together. And I won't go through the rest of that. So these are the decals you get. And will look like some screws, different sizes. These are all the peel-off kind. Don't see any rub transfers in here, so this was probably before Bandai started introducing them. Clear parts, more joints. I like this shade of yellow a lot. Much less orange than the yellow on the Mark II, which I think just looks a little bit saturated. Pretty rich red color here. So, seeing the shield like this, it does make me wonder why there was never a GM perfect grade that they made based on this. I think it'd be pretty easy for Bandai to make a web exclusive version of that. Sure, plenty of people will go for it. I definitely probably would. Alright. So that's the middle. And for the right side, see a pretty big cage for the chest, reactor parts, vents up here. If you're really interested in seeing what the mechanisms look like under here. Some big white parts for the legs. Just the legs, it seems like. And some big red pieces for the feet. Waist there. I would have expected this to have perhaps been separate pieces so that they could be further articulated, but I guess they went with this sort of construction to make sure that the finished kit is as solid as possible. Huge tray of polycap-like material. And the last, some more leg parts, and the other halves of the pistons. Okay, so to give this kit the attention that it deserves, I'm basically going to be doing the build in the steps outlined in the manual. So it looks like I'll be starting with the head, or not. That looks like, well, yeah, that is a head. And I'll go through each of these pieces, and I'll also do a video after I'm done with each section. So every day or a couple of days or so, I'm going to have a new part of this, and at the end I'll put it all together and I'll have a normal review. That way you can see all of the different sections and have a really good idea of the ins and outs and the overall impression that I've got from this. Hopefully you guys will like the format, and I'll do the same for the Mark II when I get to that one in a few months. So that's all for the unboxing. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Mr. Robot.